Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Monday fun day. Welcome in. Here we are, Karen. Can you believe it?
Monday again.
How did this happen already?
I don't know. I do not know.
We're giving Karen Denman some really great treatment here on the show, by the way, because we had these really cool little wireless mics, but I didn't like how airy that they were sounding, and so I said, you know what, Karen, I'm just going to bring out the mic arm today for you.
Got this fancy contraption here. I like it.
Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah, it's perfect.
You know, we want to make everything as good as it can be for Karen Denman and our friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. And Denise is here. She'll be joining us in a minute. We want to make things great for her as well. And you know what? We want to make things great for you, Huntsville. So as always, thanks for joining us as we get rocking and rolling here on a Monday, episode 121. And is it starting to cool off a little bit, Karen? That is the question. You're out every weekend. You're usually at the pool. What's the Karen Denman official weather forecast?
The water is a little bit cooler, but the weather is not.
Okay.
So there's that.
The water's cooler, but the weather is not.
Yes.
All right. That makes sense, you know. I was talking to someone the other day, and they were talking about swimming. Man, my geography is terrible. So, what are we looking at? East Coast, West Coast. What's the body of water to the West Coast?
The Pacific.
The Pacific. Pacific's usually pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about swimming in the Pacific all the time. And I said, isn't that always pretty cold? And they said, yeah, it's always pretty chilly.
I would think so.
So, you know, but then no. The Pacific's warm. It's the East Coast. It's okay. Never mind. It is. Yeah, it is. Okay.
Pacific side's California and the Atlantic side's Florida and over there.
There you go. Yeah. See, obviously I'm not a geographical guy. So, but you know, I'm just thankful that we live here in East Texas and that the Gulf of Mexico is pretty close.
Yes, for sure.
You know it's funny though. I think about that, Karen. Bridget and I, all the time that we've lived in Huntsville, minus the 8-9 month gap, we've never made a trip down to the coast.
Really?
I mean, was that a big thing? You grew up in Huntsville. Was that a big thing for folks here in this area to pack up on the weekends sometimes and go down to the beach or the coast?
Yeah, because it's not too far and you can do it in a weekend.
What is the best beach to go to? If you're traveling from Huntsville, what's the best beach to go to or the best town to go to maybe to the beach?
In Texas, I guess Galveston.
Galveston would be the best.
Yeah.
See, I would say, although it's
Or South Padre, but that's a long,
I was gonna say.
long drive. Yes,
I was gonna say
you can't do that in a weekend. I mean, you can, but you can't enjoy much of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say South Padre would be like my guess, but then man, that's
Yeah,
what
the water's-
6 hours.
I think it's longer than that.
Probably is, yeah. I had a lot of fun a few weekends ago. I went to Kingsville, Texas A&M. Kingsville was playing a game. They asked me to come in and fill in, and I said, yeah, sure, whatever. And it didn't really pay a whole lot. I just wanted to try to stay active at some degree in college football broadcasting. So I'd already told them, yeah, here's the encouragement this morning, friends. Make sure that you look at a map before you say yes to something. So I'd already told
That
them,
is
yeah,
a long
sure.
way.
I just thought, Kingsville sounds close. It was not close. Let's just say that I drove 600 miles round trip
Oh goodness.
that Saturday. We had a New Waverly football game the Friday prior, and I decided, well, I'll go down to Kingsville. So we leave at 10 a.m., go do that game. Didn't get in until 5 in the morning. And then you know what's funny? I get back, and then I'm sick for almost 3 weeks. So I'm thinking maybe that had something, not going to Kingsville, but I just ran my body down so much
Yes.
going
you can
down
do
and
that.
doing that. So, I should have hollered at Greg Smith, see if he could have like put me in a plane and flew me back and forth, pay some big dollars and get down there easy. But, well, friends, here we are again. Thanks for joining us as always on a Monday. We are here live in our beautiful studio downtown. Big thanks to Elliot's Jewelers for sponsoring our studio for all of your custom jewelry and new jewelry, whatever you need. Elliot's going to take care of you. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com to set up that appointment. Big thanks to Paul Oley of the Gallery as well. And, of course, here on a Monday with our great friends from Walker County Federal Credit Union. They are your local financial experts, and we appreciate all that they do in the community. Denise Olivas will be joining us here in just a few moments. She is in studio. But, Mondays, it's always that just kind of like you got to get that ball turning. You got to get the juice flowing. And I will say this was one of the rare weekends since we've had our second child that I actually feel pretty rested.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and it's nothing on children. It's just it's expected to not be rested whenever you have children. But this was the first weekend, just to where I felt pretty good. But we talk so much on this show, Karen, and you've been here with me long enough to know. I mean, you're right here with me every Monday. We talk a lot about attitude and just waking up with the attitude of gratitude. And I've been saying it for a long time, but I feel like that there was mishaps with me when I get up in the morning of not being consistent with that every morning. And so this weekend, I just kind of started to and Bridget really encouraged me, and I appreciate that. She's like, when you're around town, you're all so happy and bubbly, but then you come home and you're just kind of beat up and defeated. I said, yeah,
I can relate to that.
Yeah, and she's right. And so, and she's exactly right. And I was like, I don't want to be that guy. And so I've been really working hard. It's easier said than done. And so maybe that's the encouragement this morning for somebody is, don't feel bad because you're struggling in a certain area. Just keep after it every single day. And so, I made it a point this weekend to really try to be mindful. And, and I told Bridget yesterday, we were leaving, I was leaving church. Bridget was home with Caden because unfortunately, they had started feeling a little bit down, but they're feeling better now too. But, I got back. Bridget was feeling better yesterday afternoon, and we went out to grab something to eat. And I just remember telling her, I was like, there's a lot of things happening in my life, and I feel like these past 3 years there has been drastic life changes in my life, multiple, not just one or two, but I mean we've moved literally 5 times. We've went through 3 different jobs. Sometimes you kind of feel like dreams may have been crushed, but then you got to stand on faith and realize that God reopens old doors, and he closes some doors and reopens others for a reason, and he opens new doors. And so Bridget was telling me that yesterday as we were driving, and she's like, you're starting to sound negative. She said, start thinking positive about all the blessings. You have beautiful children. You have me. We're in a community we love. And I was like, you know what? You're right. You're exactly right. Because that's what I preach to people every single day on this show. And so I want to encourage you this morning that maybe that's where you're at today, and just be thankful for all the things that you have around you. And even if it doesn't feel good. We're waking up this morning, many of us, and maybe we're battling something terrible. But even if it doesn't feel good, even if you don't feel like saying it, just say it, because there is power in your words. I was at Sunday school yesterday, Karen, and there was a gentleman that used to be the chaplain at TDCJ. John is his first name. I cannot recall his last name. Maybe Gibson. I can't recall his last name, but he came in and he was teaching our men's brotherhood class, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm 39 and I'm complaining about not feeling good and hurting and joints cracking and popping, and here's a guy that's 90 years old, that's still full of life and energy, and he's teaching us yesterday, and he said, I'm having more joy in my life right now than I've ever had in my life.
That's great.
Isn't that awesome?
That is.
And he gave me a CD of a sermon that he had said that he had spoke years ago, and I was like, man, this just kind of gave me like this whole fresh perspective of, here's a gentleman that's 90 years old, that's still full of life and going strong. And one thing that really inspired me too was, he said, normally I have a walker or a cane. He goes, I didn't want that this morning. I wanted to prove to myself that I could at least make it here and walk up to this class, do the class, and walk back without having to use any assistance. And he did. And I'm like, man, I never will complain about anything ever again in my life.
Yeah. Kind of puts it into perspective.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was pretty awesome. Well, friends, October is underway. Karen, it's crazy to think here we are, October the 2nd,
And shout out to my mom. If
Yeah.
she's watching, if not, I'll send it to her. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday, Mama.
What's your mom's name?
Joy.
Joy, happy birthday to you. We were talking about that off camera a while ago.
Actually, you're friends with her on Facebook because she was commented about Braylon, how cute she was and everything. So, yeah, you're friends with her on Facebook.
Okay, somehow along the lines, one of those friend requests popped up there. So, Miss Joy, happy birthday to you, and we wish you a very wonderful and blessed day. And friends out there, let us know that you're there this morning. We already have a lot of folks that are chiming in. Kyle Kreiner was, I'm sure he's not in Huntsville. Maybe he is. But he said, traffic is already trying my patience, and here y'all are to cheer me up. So, see, that's what we're here for.
He must be in Houston.
Yeah, he must be down in Houston because the traffic here is not too bad. Clay Talsworth over at 0 Degrees joining us. Justin Killingsworth at the Color Bar saying good morning. Good morning to you, Justin. I know things at the new Conroe location are going great. Of course, they are still here in Huntsville. But Justin is rocking and rolling down in Conroe. We appreciate you. Jennifer Augustinetti. I like this. She's saying it's Marvelous Monday. Have a blessed week, y'all. And, of course, Karen and I like to say it's Mimosa Monday.
Exactly.
It's never going to happen, but at least we can think about it, right?
If we have a holiday, Denise and I may surprise you and show up. We may have some mimosas.
See, it was just what we were talking about a second ago, Karen, about how we were saying if you just keep speaking things and being positive,
Right.
you never know what's going to happen.
That's right.
So, Tara Burnett also joining us over at Hearts Veterans Museum. Good morning, Tara. And Jay Elms, I love what he said this morning, Karen. He said, you know what, it's going to be a great week. I can't wait until this weekend to see everyone at Fair on the Square. And I saw this morning all the markers are out.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, all the markers are out this morning, and so there's going to be a lot of folks downtown coming up this weekend. Also, our good friend Jamie Saucier saying it's a great morning in Huntsville. You know what else is great about happening today, and something we mention every Monday, something that you and Denise are privileged to do every Monday that's a lot of fun?
Trivia.
What is there anything? Do you guys know the theme yet? Can you ever give away any hints on the show here on a Monday morning?
We do not know the theme yet.
Okay.
We were slacking a little bit last week. So.
No theme.
Normally we have it done ahead of time, but we do not. So
See, that's a new segment.
we'll all be surprised together.
Maybe that's a new segment that we can do as kind of a teaser whenever you guys do have the theme, and we can say you got to watch Good Morning Huntsville on Monday to kind of get a leg up on the competition. I don't know if we can do that, but maybe.
Yeah,
so,
we can do that.
So we'll figure that out. I'm really excited this afternoon. Good friend of mine and colleague and former coworker Steve Ricks will be in town. We're going to all go meet up and go eat over at Rodeo.
I miss Steve. Yeah, so I'm hoping I get to see you guys tonight.
Yeah. Well, we'll be there from about 5 to 6:30 or so, and Steve's coming into town, and he is coming into town as we celebrate the official kind of ribbon cutting, I guess, if you will, or the grand opening for the community of the new HISD football stadium.
Yay.
And so they're going to have that tonight at 7:15. The community is invited at large, so it's not just this special event. Anyone is welcome to come out, so be out there. I would encourage you to get there probably around 6:45 or so, and they're going to have a nice program put together as we have that official grand opening tonight. That's why Steve was coming into town, and something that when we were working for the local radio station, he and I were both very, very passionate. Whenever we introduced video to HISD through the station and broadcasting, that was something that I kind of felt a tug at, and getting to know BJ McMichael and attending several of those meetings that they had for the bond. It was incredible to kind of be around that and to see how things were flowing, and and just the excitement, and Dr. Shepard was very active, and it seems like the majority of by vote, the majority of the community was on board. And it's not, here's the thing though, and I wanted to always make this clear, it's not just athletics. I think sometimes it gets lost in translation. A lot of people say, oh, well, the new stadium, new baseball field. It's more than that. If you drive by, have you noticed every school is getting some sort of a facelift throughout the community?
It looks great.
And you think of it like this, think of a business. When you walk into a business that's cluttered up, do you feel comfortable? No, you don't really feel comfortable. It's kind of like, should I sit down here? I don't know. It's kind of uncomfortable. With the things that are happening, it's almost now like, man, I feel like I need to take off my shoes, when I walk into some of these places. But I mean that, and it gives you this whole new sense of just appreciation for what we have in our community. And whenever there's new things, newness creates a new attitude, new opportunities, and all of that translates down. And so with new facilities, not just on the athletic side, but the academic side, students are going to come in, they're going to feel refreshed, rejuvenated. And I remember this in Georgetown when the community had started growing exponentially. I mean, when I was a child, we had 4 schools, and I think there's like 30 schools there now, which is nuts. But I remember as a child, growing up through the school system, new schools were being built. And it was like it felt like early on we were always one grade ahead of the new schools coming in. Well, then finally, by the time we got to 6th grade, we were now like caught up. So we got to be one of the first classes in the new 6th grade center. We thought we were big time. Mm-hmm. And then junior high came along, and they split the junior highs apart. And I mean, that like split the town apart. And we're not even talking high school. We're talking junior highs. Like the town got split because of the junior highs. But then by the time we got into high school, they had just built the new 9th grade center. And for me as a student, Karen, walking into that school, it just felt great. I was like, sometimes maybe we don't think as adults, like children appreciate new things in the sense of a school. Don't get me wrong. If you bring like a brand new little game or something to your child, they're going to go nuts. But if you're thinking about like a building, do they appreciate that? I can say for me, when I walked in, I was like, man, this is cool. We got something really awesome here. And so that's just some of the newness and some of the great things that are happening. And it's a great time to be here in Huntsville, Texas.
Yes.
You've been here and seen a lot of it.
I have. I've been here my whole life.
So it's exciting opportunities. For now, though, friends, we're going to step aside. Miss Olivas patiently waiting. We're going to bring her into the conversation. We're going to do a little October trivia as we kick off a new month. So I don't want to steal y'all's thunder for tonight, but we're going to do a little quick October trivia here on the show this morning to see if people are ready. Maybe a little pumpkin spice in your life. I'm not a pumpkin fan.
I'm not either.
I'm just not.
I'm not either.
But we're going to make it this morning with some pumpkin spice and see if we can like it just a little bit, Karen. That's it. So, well, friends, do want to remind you, we got, hey, by the way, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. We have tickets to give away some this week. We're going to start on a Monday to the new stadium as varsity is opening up the new stadium on Friday. And our good friend Lisa Blackburn has been so gracious to give us some tickets again this week to give away. So I've got tickets that we'll be giving away on the show today for that game on Friday. And what do you have to do? Well, check it out.
Hornets.
Keyword is Hornets alongside your name. You can text that in on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. Again, it's 936-339-0139. And we will have that for you when we come back. Stay with us as we continue on, as always, here on a Monday. It is your show as we highlight all things good happening here in Huntsville. And again, do want to remind you, get in those keyword. Our friend Jennifer Gussanetti said, hey, maybe it would be cool to only have winners once every 30 days. And it was a good idea, but, we have so many folks that are engaged and that stay active on this show that we wanted to make sure that, we just continue to give them an opportunity to win. So you can still win just once a week. But if you haven't already, go ahead and text in that keyword this morning along with your name so we know that it's you. For now, though, we'll step aside. More to come here this morning on Good Morning Huntsville, brought to you by Walker County Federal Credit Union. Stay with us.
USA News, I'm Lance Pry. California Governor Gavin Newsom named Democrat strategist LaFonza Butler as Senator Dianne Feinstein's replacement in the U.S. Senate after the longtime Democrat senator died last week at the age of 90. Butler will finish out the remainder of Feinstein's term in Washington ahead of the 2024 election. In a statement, the governor described Butler as an advocate for women and girls and a second-generation fighter for working people and a trusted advisor to Vice President Harris. Butler is married to her wife, Naneki, and together they have a daughter, Nyla. President Biden has 2 events on his schedule today. The president delivers remarks to celebrate the Americans with Disabilities Act. That takes place at 2 p.m. Eastern on the South Lawn. At 4:30 Eastern today in the Cabinet Room, the president convenes his cabinet to get an update on the work that they are doing. The House voted on a bill to keep the government open for 45 days and avoid a shutdown over the weekend. The Senate passed the measure Saturday evening after the House passed the bill to extend government funding after days of uncertainty. Before the vote, Representative Jamal Bowman, the Democrat from New York, pulled a fire alarm and stopped the government proceeding for a while. After a photo was provided to the media of Bowman pulling the alarm, he says it was an accident. The stopgap bill was signed into law to avert a government shutdown until we revisit the same issue in the middle of November. Dissatisfied with President Biden's job performance heading into the 2024 presidential election, Representative Dean Phillips of Minnesota is stepping down from his House Democratic leadership position, an exit after his unsuccessful call for a viable party challenger in the 2024 presidential election. He will remain on the payroll as a congressman. We are USA News.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firms online at CordellCordell.com. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers. Online at CordellCordell.com. CordellCordell.com.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
There's a place in Huntsville and now in Conroe where you're more than a customer, you're part of the family. A place where style meets comfort and every visit feels like a treat. Welcome to the Color Bar Hair Salon. From the moment you walk in, our friendly stylists work to create a look that's perfect for you. Whether it's a fresh cut, a vibrant new color, or a blowout for that special occasion, at the Color Bar, we've got you covered. We pride ourselves on creating an environment where our guests can relax, enjoy a beverage, and let us do the pampering. We use top-notch products like Kevin Murphy and even offer hair extensions for those looking to add a little extra flair. And when it's got to be perfect, we ensure you leave looking and feeling your best self. But don't just take our word for it. Book a reservation or buy a gift card online and experience it firsthand. Visit us online at colorbartx.com and discover why at the Color Bar Hair Salon you get an experience that goes beyond. The Color Bar, where you belong. See you soon. Have like music flying around everywhere. It's a good morning here. Welcome in, Denise. What's going on, Denise? You doing all right?
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out some, man, the audio is, I was all excited because I brought this new little stand for Karen this morning and I was like, man, this is going to be great. And then it's not on Karen's end, but now like one of my microphones isn't sounding like it normally does. It's been kind of quiet for some, does it feel quiet in here today?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. We need you to louden it up a little bit, Denise. I was hoping you'd come in like, hey, what's up? And start like doing headbanging stuff. Wow. Because, last week we were rapping and we were R. Kellying and just, we were just rocking and rolling.
Big Papa.
Yeah, Notorious B.I.G., Big Papa. Hold on, Karen. Now I got to turn Karen back up. Here we go. Try now, Karen. Let's see if
Big Papa.
There we go. I think I got you now.
That should be the universal mic test.
Yeah.
Mic check. Yeah, instead
Mic
of
check, Big Papa.
instead of mic check. Yeah, I want to hear that now. Next time I go to like an event, I want to hear Karen.
If y'all stay for trivia, you might hear it tonight.
Yeah, I want to hear Karen going, Mike, check Big Papa. That would be great. Well, friends, welcome in. Our friend Robbie Diamond, old Jeep City prison guy, just cruised in a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he didn't give me a high five. He came in and like gave Denise a hug, but he didn't even give me a high five.
I know, me either. I didn't get anything.
Come on, Rob. I know you're listening, Robbie, man. Well, welcome back in, friends, as we continue on. Thanks for being a part of the show, as always, here on a Monday morning. It's always a lot of fun to welcome you in, as we are now joined by Denise Olivas, also with Walker County Federal Credit Union. Good morning, Denise.
Good morning.
What was hopping on your weekend today? Wait, let me re-ask that.
Okay.
What did I say? What was hopping on your weekend today? It's because my brain, I was trying to adjust your volume. What was hopping over your weekend as I ask you this question today?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know if that was worded any better.
I have no idea.
Let's see. What did I do? Saturday, I helped Val out again. It was the Huntsville Hornets class of 77. They had a reunion. They were having some fun, so that was fun to be there.
Oh, cool.
And then yesterday I just had a girls' day with some girlfriends. So it was nice.
Yeah, it was a good weekend to relax. I was telling Denise a little bit earlier, like this was the first weekend that I felt rested, and it was kind of strange. It just felt like, I don't know, it felt like pre-children.
Yeah.
That was weird. I was like, is this what life used to be like? Because, I mean, it's great to be like rested, but I was like, I'm glad I have children now because they keep me on my toes. You know, it's like you never get to relax. You're always go. So it's always a lot of fun. Well, friends, this morning, let us know that you're out there, what you're up to today. We'd love to hear from you. A lot of friends already chiming in. I love what Bridget said. Bridget, sweetheart, we won't be there, I think, maybe the trivia will start, but she goes, we're finally going to trivia tonight.
Now you have to stay.
Now he's got to go.
Oh, man. Yeah, Bridget was all like, we're going tonight.
Yes, come on.
We'll see.
You can bring the babies.
We'll see you there, Karen, but I don't know if we're going to be able to stay for the trivia tonight. So good morning, sweetheart. Thanks for joining in. Matthew Johnson also chiming in this morning as well. Let us know that you're out there. I love what Nelson Amaya is saying, too. Nelson, good to hear from you over at Nelson Amaya's Collision Center, saying, wishing everyone a great week today. Well, friends, we want to welcome you in. Also, if you're joining us this morning, quite a few listeners, as always, on the Spirit Radio FM app. And so we want to welcome you in. Also, this morning, as we are here on a Monday with our show brought to you by our great friends at Walker County Federal Credit Union. Trivia tonight at Rodeo. Make sure you're out there for that. Also, 7:15 tonight is when HISD Football Stadium will have their grand opening. I would advise you getting there maybe 30 minutes or earlier or so. And speaking of which, when Robbie just came in, I had no idea about this. I guess I'm out of the loop or I'm not seeing something somewhere, but apparently there's a homecoming parade happening. I know homecoming is Friday, but apparently it sounded like he said that there was a homecoming parade happening on Thursday.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe I just haven't seen things. I haven't seen anything come through the email, but if there is, hey, we'll find out and we'll post it on the website.
Yep. Somebody verify for us.
You know what would be a good trivia you guys should do one night? Like just throw in a little. Have you ever did like Huntsville trivia?
We have.
One of the questions to ask is how many parades does this town have? How many different parades does Huntsville have?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think right now, off the top of my head, maybe y'all can help me with this. The first one that comes along, just because it was the most recent that I remember, was Juneteenth. 4th of July parade at Elkins. So there's 2.
There's MLK parade.
I didn't know that. There's MLK parade, homecoming, Christmas.
Sam does one.
Sam.
Yep.
We're already at 6. There's got to be some.
There's another one we're missing.
Yeah.
There's not a Thanksgiving parade, is there?
No.
I
feel like there's another. I don't know. I feel like there's one there's missing. But
So,
at least 6 we know.
So we've named 6. If you're listening this morning and you know the ones that we've missed, let us know. But we have listed 6 already. I remember at Georgetown, like we just had 1. We thought we were on top of the world. Like, Christmas parade, great. We mentioned Christmas, right? Yeah, we did. You know, it was tragic though. In another community that was close to us, a child unfortunately had been involved in an accident in a parade from the candy.
Oh no!
And the child lost their life.
Oh my goodness.
And so our community decided, just like the other community, no more candy being thrown. And I know it's tough, like when things happen, but it's one of those. It's heartbreaking. But I'm like, I just remember as a child, I was like, man, no more candy being thrown. That is a big thing, and accidents will happen, but you don't want them to. But I just remember that, and so for the last 15, 20 years, there's never been any candy allowed at Georgetown parades, and I'm just like. That's why I love being here in Huntsville, because I want my children to experience the things that I experienced growing up. And I don't say it negatively, but like back in my hometown, none of the things that I experienced growing up are there anymore. Like there's no more rodeo. There's no more candy being thrown at parades. There's no more gazebo down in the park. We had this beautiful wooden gazebo. That's gone.
What happened to make the gazebo go away?
Now they decided to build this, let's just say to Austinize the park.
Oh, okay.
We had these no more grape arbors. We had these beautiful arbors that were metal with screen on top and grapes grew over them, Concord grapes. We called them the grape arbors. We had family reunions. No more grape arbors. It sounds like I'm being negative. I'm not. I'm just explaining. We had natural springs that flowed into the San Gabriel River. As a child, I would literally take a cup and drink out of the spring because it was beautiful water. You could walk into the spring. So children would always walk down there and play in them. Someone had the bright idea when they Austinized that part of Georgetown. They decided we're not going to make that accessible to the public anymore. So you can walk over a little bridge way up high and look down, but you can't go into the springs anymore. Wow.
I drove through Georgetown this weekend. It's a pretty town.
Yeah, it's not.
The old buildings and stuff.
Huntsville's better.
Well, yes, of course, Huntsville's better. But.
There was a rope off of a tree that we used to swing into the river.
Oh, that's for sure gone.
I can see that going south fast.
Gone.
Yeah.
Man, I'm literally thinking about. There was a low water crossing bridge that we used to fish off of. Gone. I mean, I didn't never.
Dang.
That takes
what
the
do you
best.
do for fun in Georgetown?
I never thought about this.
I feel like nostalgia is one of the best parts of adulthood.
Exactly.
You get that little thing and you get that nostalgia. You're like, oh. That's a good feeling.
I just started
taking it all away.
Wow, I just thought of another one. My grandpa and I used to get bamboo sticks down in the park and make fishing rods out of them. Gone.
Well, dang.
Like every thought that I have, gone.
Get it together,
Aren't you
Georgetown.
glad you came to Huntsville?
Man, I love you. I still love my hometown, but that's why this is why I love this community, because here in Huntsville, and Mayor Broniger said it too when we had him on the show. And this is so important. And I'm not knocking my home. I'm just telling you about how they grow, and you kind of miss that. But what I love about Huntsville is it reminds me of my hometown growing up. And Mayor Broniger said it so great, because I've always felt this. I asked him, I said, what's the biggest challenge for you as mayor that you see, in the next 15, 30 years with this community? Obviously, you won't be mayor anymore, but what do you think are some of the challenges? He goes, it's my heartfelt desire that the next folks who lead this city, and we've got some great folks that are set to lead this city, said that we need to do everything that we possibly can to preserve our culture as this town grows. And that's exactly what I always said, too, was like, how do we do that? And Karen, you're on council, and I know you guys work so diligently and so hard every week, even though you're meeting twice a month. I mean, it's almost probably like a full-time job. You're thinking, you're interacting with people.
Right.
But y'all have worked so great, and I'm not just saying it because you're sitting here next to me, but our city and our officials and our elected officials, in my opinion, from someone on the outside looking in, have worked so great to preserve the culture that is here, and not only preserve it, but to make it better. Do you kind of feel that as like a long-time Huntsvillian?
I do, yes, absolutely. I've only been on council a year, but we have a great group, great council.
Is that the right word, Huntsvillian? What is the official?
Yeah, that's it.
I think so.
Huntsvillian. Like Georgetown was Georgetonian. It's fun thinking about these. Austin was Austinite. That just sounds good. I'm an Austinite.
The little town I grew up in Oklahoma, it's called Felt, and so they're Felshins.
The old Felshon. Are you a Felshon?
I'm a Felshon.
You old Felshon, you. I'm trying to
Shout
think.
out.
I'm trying to think, like, what if you were from Ding Dong? Because there's a town, Ding Dong, Texas. Ding Dongian.
Ding Dongers.
Ding Donger.
There you go.
The Ding Dongers.
Man, you got us on one now. There's a town called Winters. Winterizations. No.
What about dime box? Would you be a dime boxer?
Dime
or a dime
boxer.
boxian?
I like Dime Boxer.
Dime Boxer, for
Yeah,
sure.
man. I like that one. Man, this is fun. Gun Barrel City.
Yes.
What would that one be?
Gun Barrel Cityan.
Gun Barrel City.
Gun Barrelian. I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
Gun Barrel. Man, this is kind of fun. I'm trying to think of funny town names now. Like Waco is like Waconian. That's, you could almost say Wacko.
Wacko from Waco.
Well, Palestine. My mom lives in Palestine,
What is
so
that?
you're a Palestinian.
Palestinian.
On this side of the globe, not
Yeah.
that one.
I like that. Palestine. I'm trying to think of like Pearsall. That's where some of my uncles and aunts and cousins live down south of San Antonio. Pearsalian. What are you? Well, I'm a Pearsalian. Snook. There we go. Santa George joining us. Good morning. I was thinking of you yesterday, Santa.
Then would you be a snooky? A snooker. Yeah, that sounds good. A snooker.
I like Bridget too. Said, yeah, a snooker. You'd be a snooker. Oh, that old snooker. You gotta watch him. Bridget said Shiner. Shiner. That's a good one.
Yes.
Shine.
I've actually been to Shiner.
Shinerian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Sounds good to me.
You old Shinerian, you. You always put you, like you always say it like if you were talking to someone. You old Shinerian, you.
Somebody put Pflugerville. Pflugervillian.
Pflugervillian.
Yeah.
Man, those are fun. El Pasonian.
You know, they do a whole,
this all
they do
day.
like series of, they just pick these random Texas names and try to get people to pronounce them correctly. We've got some weird names.
Yes. Texas does have some funny named towns.
I saw this on a national scale. It's funny you brought this up, Denise, because I literally saw a video on a national scale. It was like from some other state, like New York, people trying to pronounce Texas city names. It was on a New York news channel. And Mexia came up.
Oh, yeah.
And like everyone says
Mexia.
Mexia. Pflugerville, they were messing that one up. I just knew those because I knew of them. There was one that I used to, in Austin, there was a road like Menchaca that they always, but is it like Manchac or Menchaca? And everybody gets it. I don't even know what it is.
Well, because I think the people that live there say it a specific way.
Well, I think about over
necessarily
here.
the right way.
What's the highway when you're coming in? Man, it's either 19 or 75, but it's one that starts coming downtown. Is that 75? I think it's 75.
75 is the one that takes you like through
downtown, right?
No,
that's
this one
11th
right
Street.
here. Yeah.
It's Old Highway 30.
Okay. Man, I'm gonna have to get a map. But there's one.
11th is 30. 75 is the one that's going to take you like by Walgreens.
What's the road that takes you to Trinity? Which one is that?
That's Highway 19.
Okay,
19.
so I'm thinking of 75. So you turn off 75, and then eventually it turns into 30, right? It like merges in, right?
Yeah.
So there's and this is one that I don't know yet here in Huntsville. There's apartments to the left. There's a light right there, and there's apartments to the left. You can keep going straight to go downtown. Eventually, you're going to pass like Pension Plate and all that on the right if you keep going. But it's Boet.
Oh, Betcher.
Betcher.
And I thought of that. I thought of Betcher because I was driving by and I was like, you Betcher?
Betcher. It's Betcher.
So I was thinking of that.
Yeah.
Was there a family here, like a Betcher family?
It was a mill, and it was Betcher Mill. Yeah, but that was the name of the...
Like an old sawmill?
Yeah.
So probably a
I
family
don't know
name.
what kind of mill it was exactly, but yeah.
Malto?
Betcher Mill.
Malto Mill?
Yeah.
Malto Mill.
I'm just kidding. Oh, there's one more town name Bridget thought of. This one's funny. Elgin. That's another one that people pronounce wrong.
Oh,
They'll
yeah.
say Elgin.
Yes.
Elgin. Elgonian. That kind of sounds like something from like some space movie. Elgonian. Anyways, the subtitles were flying off the handle with that one. LOL.
Oh.
So yeah, they were, Matthew.
So apparently that's from a German immigrant. Did a quick little search.
Ah, okay. Here's Denise, a little trivia for you.
Betcher. Sawmill, Westfield.
How did you find that? What did you just typed in like
My
Betcher?
best friend Google.
Huntsville, Texas,
Or as
Betcher?
my parents call him, Hugo.
Googlina. All right, friends. Well, we're having fun here as always on a Monday. You see, it's funny because we have ideas about a little bit about what we're going to talk about, but not really. Who would have thought we would have came on last week, started talking about R. Kelly and rapping, Notorious.
And then Rob starts singing it. Yeah, if you missed that, you're going to need to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
No, that
You
video
should
got,
rewatch that for sure.
That video got copywritten by YouTube. It went down. And then today we're talking about funny town names and how people say them. You know, it's always a lot of fun. Hey, we want you to be a part of the conversation this morning. Let us know that you're out there, just like Matthew Johnson, Bridget. Appreciate you, sweetheart. A lot of other folks joining us as well. Clay, let's go back to a discussion that we were having too. I was talking a lot about culture, and Clay said this. He said, preservation is nice, but Huntsville needs to evolve. And when I start thinking of the evolution of this community, and I guess you could tie that into evolve, I do see some things evolving here with commercial development, new industries coming to town. And I think it's great, too, because there's opportunities in every city for the city itself to really generate a lot of revenue by just opening the floodgates, saying, come on in, come on in. But Huntsville has a very strategic plan, and it was something that, I forget who I was talking about. I think it was Aaron Colhavy. He came and spoke to our HLI, about economic growth and economic development. And it was like, Huntsville doesn't want to be a town where we see chemical plants everywhere. You see so many of that in communities here in East Texas, and especially as you get close to the coast. But this is an industrial community; it's an agriculture community. Do you kind of think that those are two words, Karen, that maybe would fit in more of agriculture and industrial? When I think of that, I think of what types of businesses would come to Huntsville, and we saw that with like Zenner came in, and that's a really cool metering company. But it's just cool to think about like what businesses can Huntsville attract, and I think the door is wide open for any corporation. If there's a computer manufacturing company, tax rates low, we got great resources, water, beautiful scenery. So the opportunity is kind of endless for what can come in, and that's good for y'all being involved in the financial sector too, because it's like people come in, they need a place to get money. They also need a place to get money for their families and to have accounts, and that all works out and works great as long as I don't drop Uncle's.
Break him again. He's already leaned pretty way back there.
He's leaning on back. Yeah. But it's just cool to think about that. Like, I remember as a child, I used to always brag about Georgetown, about how it was growing and those things, and but now it's like it grew so much that the culture got taken away. But it is cool to like sit around and like just think about like what does Huntsville look like in 50 years, and I think I've got a pretty good idea, with the leadership that we have and kind of that foundation being laid. I did want to say something, and Clay mentioned about evolving. There's been so much complaining over the years about Sam Houston, people not showing up to the games and, the crowds aren't there. And with this move to FBS, and I'm going to say this because it was incredible. It was the first time that I've ever been to a Sam Houston football game as a fan. Obviously called him for several years. And a good friend of mine, Ed Watto in New Waverly, called him up. He came with me. We got to watch that game versus Jackson State, and it was awesome. There was almost 15,000 people at Bowers, the most that had been there since 2011. It was jam-flipping packed at the stadium.
On a Thursday.
On a Thursday.
That was awesome.
Did you go, Denise?
I drove by, but I saw it.
Like, and I took a picture, and a friend of mine, Coach Leatherman's he's a big SFA guy. He used to live here in Huntsville. He's a golf coach. So he always sarcastically bashes Sam because he's SFA.
Right.
I don't even know why, Coach. I'm even giving you the light of day. It's because you're my friend. But I took a picture, and I knew when I took the picture and put it on Facebook, I knew in the back of my mind that he was going to be the first one to comment. Because there was a lot of, I said, this picture doesn't do it justice. This place is packed tonight. Well, the picture, like sometimes the camera doesn't transcribe it, and there was a ton of empty seats in front of, because they were all up at the concession line. So, of course, he's like, yeah, it really looks packed. Look at all those empty seats. But that's what it's going to take, and I think the evolution of this community, and the student section was filled. It was nuts.
That's the best part. That's what you want to see is the students.
For sure.
Being a part of it and really interacting and being excited about it.
Yeah, so it was just a fun Thursday. I think this week they're playing on a Wednesday. So with this new conference, I don't talk a lot of sports on the show, obviously, but with this new Conference USA move, they had better television deals during the midweek. So, and what was really funny is I started getting videos on my Facebook, private messenger, from the game on Thursday, because it was nationally televised on ESPNU. I had like 3 people like, hey, we saw you, because Ed and I were like standing up screaming and yelling. I was like, cool, man, we finally made it to the national TV for less than half a second. So didn't get paid any royalties for it. But anyways, well, friends, we're going to step aside. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, do you want to do a little October trivia?
Sure.
Can we do that? We'll do a little October trivia. Karen and I absolutely love pumpkin pie and pumpkin things. Yeah, my stomach's already turning. Denise, are you a pumpkin pie?
I don't love it, but I can eat a little.
Yeah. Well, we're going to eat a lot here coming up. All right. We're going to do a little pumpkin trivia for you. Before we do, though, I want to remind you this morning, keyword is Hornets. We are giving away some Hornet tickets for the game on Friday, the homecoming game at the new stadium. All you got to do is text in the keyword Hornets alongside your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line at 936-339-0139. For now, though, we'll step aside, take a break, as we'll wrap it up on our final segment. When we come back on your show, it is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
When you live and work in the town where you were born and raised, lots of people become just like family. I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Over the years, we've shared a lot of good times and some tough times, and I'm honored to be the one you call on in your time of need. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, our goal is to help our neighbors in need and always provide the most outstanding service available, even on those really tough days. I thank you for your trust in us. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we're here for you.
Inspirational type, you know, Denise Olivas type music here. Da, 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 da. Karen and I need a little bit of that this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of that mimosa juice coming in. There's a guy on a bike. Maybe he's got. He doesn't have any.
Yeah.
I just come on, man. Can you please?
I haven't seen Irma drive by. She must already be at work.
She late.
She is late.
Who's late? Who's not rolling in?
Irma.
Irma. That's
She
right.
always drives by and
Irma.
gives us a shout out.
Yeah, 7:55, Irma. You got 5 minutes to. You know, it's so great. You were mentioning Irma. I got to show you something real quick. I don't know if I did this on the show already or not. Going back to Thursday night. Welcome back in, by the way. We are here on Thursday. And a big shout out to everybody for joining us here this morning on Good Morning Huntsville. There was something that kind of became a tradition in a way between Irma and I at the Bearcat games. Oh, there she
goes.
Look at that, man. She is decked out.
Flag.
She is.
Just because you said it, she drove by. Love it.
Just in time, Irma.
This is kind of a tradition. I always go down to Bearcat Alley. Even when I was broadcasting games, I'd walk to Bearcat Alley. But this time I got to enjoy it as a fan on Thursday, and I always look for Irma.
Yes.
And the only thing that broke my heart was her mama could not come down to Bearcat Alley now because it's just too far. It's too far.
Yeah.
And
such a sweet lady.
Lupe is one of my favorite ladies. And you know what I'm going to have to figure out a way to the next game that I can get to, Irma, we're gonna get loopy there. If I got to push her myself, I will, because I want her to come down there and experience
She would
that.
love it.
Yeah.
Yes, she would.
So
They don't have any golf carts out there to take people?
I'm not sure about that. You know, I didn't see anything rolling around. Do have a special, you know, if you're the guest co-host on the show, you do get special treatment. You ladies get special treatment. Sorry, I'm not bringing flowers yet. One
Not
day.
mimosa special, but
Yeah,
No.
not that special, obviously.
But you do get special recognitions multiple times during a show
Yes,
that are
we do.
related to you. And so, once again, we want to say a very happy birthday to Miss
Joy
this morning. So, happy birthday.
Happy birthday again, Mama.
So-
birthday.
I don't know if she was joining us at the beginning, but if she was now, we're giving her a shout out.
We can't sing because it's copyrighted.
That's right. All right, we're going to do a little, how about this? We're going to kick off with a little October trivia here. We got a few minutes, and let's just do 10 questions. Can we do that? 10 questions this morning.
Okay.
And I'll just ask y'all, because that way I know all the answers. Just kidding, I don't know any of these. The first jack-o'-lanterns were made out of what?
I think I know this one. I think it's
We had
turnips.
this one.
Turnips, watermelons, coconuts, or pumpkins?
Turnips.
Turnips.
Pretty
Turnip.
sure it's turnips.
Turnip.
You already know we're about to get in that rap mode.
Turnip.
Turnip, what? Turnips?
Turnips.
Oh, it is.
That's right. Yep.
The first jack-o'-lanterns were made in Ireland of hollowed-out turnips. Ugh.
That would be an ugly pumpkin.
Aren't those tiny? Turnips
Yeah.
aren't huge, are they?
No.
And aren't they kind of funky shaped too?
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at this. A piece of coal was inserted into the hollow, and the lantern was meant to guide the way of poor old Jack, who wasn't welcome in heaven.
Wow.
Oh, that's horrible.
You know, you
So
can't
negative.
go too deep into the holiday stuff because it's all pretty depressing.
Yeah, man. What is what is it called? Like in the Spanish culture, Halloween is
Day of the Dead?
It's not.
But what is
I mean,
it in
it's around the
Spanish?
same. Dia de los Muertos.
I just wanted Denise to
Yeah.
say that again, Denise.
Dia de los Muertos.
Man, that sounds great.
The
One
day
more time.
before is Dia de los Inocentes.
Yes, I've been waiting for Denise to bust that out, man. Love it. All right, Halloween is generally considered to have evolved from what ancient festival? I don't even know any of these.
It's that last one.
How do you know this, you trivia queen?
We've asked these before on our
This
trivia.
one I know, though.
Astara?
I watch a lot of TV.
What is a llama's ancient festival? Beltane or Samhain?
It's
that
that's
one.
It. Yeah,
It's
it's
that
the
last
last
one.
one. Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it is.
you are the trivia queens.
That's what it is.
Oh, it is. Look, although there are many theories on the origin and history of Halloween, it's generally accepted that Halloween dates back to an ancient Celtic festival known as, am I saying that right, Samhain? Or these
No,
Celtic-
I know it's pronounced weird, and I can't think of it right now. But
but it's not pronounced like
That's
it
how you
looks.
spell it.
Yeah.
Samhain. It was believed that the spirits of everyone who died during the year would return on the eve of Samhain to see whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It starts getting deep, man. We ain't getting into all that. Number 3, according to legend, a unibrow, tattoo, long middle finger are all signs of what Halloween creature? A witch, golem, vampire, or werewolf?
Now that one I don't know.
I would say werewolf would be my guess.
Werewolf?
I would say witch if I was guessing, but I don't know.
Let's go werewolf first. That is correct.
Werewolf.
If we would have picked witch, this is what would have happened. Oh, I thought it was supposed to make the noise. Hold on. Yes.
Yeah, it does.
There you go. Yeah. Werewolf. According to a legend, unibrow tattoos, hairy palms, and a middle finger were all
Oh, that
signs
would make
of a
sense. Hairy
werewolf.
palms and the unibrow. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of weird. I don't really have. Do you know anybody that has hairy palms?
A werewolf.
I used to get like weird, like, I don't know what it is. Not anymore, though. It's just so weird, like how your body grows and things happen. In what century did the practice of trick-or-treating begin? Was it the 20th, the 14th, 16th, or 18th century? It's a good one. I don't know this one.
Ooh. I'm going to guess. I feel like that's a trick question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know this one. Oh, by the way, it's Soin. Soin. Someone had messaged
Yeah.
just said Soin is the
I knew
correct way to.
it's pronounced like with a W, but I didn't remember.
They need to learn
Thank you.
They need to learn how to write that. I'm going to say the 14th. No, I'm
Yeah.
going to say 18th century because that'd be the 1900s, right? No.
See, I feel like they used
Yeah.
to do something, and they're gonna say like that's where it started, but I don't know if they're talking about when it was actual trick or treating. I don't know.
What year is the 18th century? Is it? It's not the 1800s, is it? Isn't it like
it's
one before?
It's the
So it's the 1700s. If it was the 18th
because we're in the
century.
21st right now, and we're in the 2000s. So yes.
So I'm going to say 18th century. It's going to
That
be.
sounds good. Yeah.
Cover your ears.
Yep.
16th century.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, little ding ding, baby. Come on. In North America, trick or treating began to develop as a Halloween tradition during the 1920s, but the European tradition of going house to house collecting food at Halloween. Yeah, that's what we need to start doing, man. Forget candy. Just start collecting hamburgers and hot dogs, man.
Heck yeah.
In Britain and Ireland, there are many accounts of people going house to house in costumes at Halloween, reciting verses in exchange for food, and sometimes warning of misfortune if they were not welcomed. My grandmother used to give away apples and bananas at Halloween.
So that's why she didn't have many trick-or-treaters, did she?
We always went.
We had
Kids don't want that.
The science teacher back in Oklahoma. They would make these giant like popcorn balls. Oh, they were so good.
My great aunt would. We'd always go to her house, Aunt Jessie, and it was cool because all the kids would knock on the door and she'd give them. But when we knocked on the door, Aunt Jessie let us come into her house and pick what we wanted. So we always loved going to Aunt Jessie's. Question 5: which of the following is not a term for a scarecrow? Doodle sack, mawkin, boabak, or gallybagger? You old gallybagger.
Oh my
you.
gosh. I have no idea on that one.
Which
Let's
is
go with the
I'm going to go with
third one. Yeah, that one.
Boabak. What would you, as a trivia extraordinaire in this situation, Denise, how would you eliminate ones that you did not know? Walk us through this process. Maybe some insight for tonight.
Well, I just feel like the first and the last one. I feel like that's something that people back in the day would call them because
A gallybagger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just sounds like a.
I think of like my grandma, like
Yeah.
talking mean to somebody. You old gallybagger.
I feel like that's something that they would have said a couple generations back.
You doodle sack.
Doodle sack.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I don't
not.
know.
Oh, it's not.
What about
Boabak.
the second one?
Mawkin? Nope.
Dang.
Doodle sack?
Doodle sack.
It's doodle sack. There are a wide range of alternative names for scarecrows, including, what is this, Hodmadod, Mernit, Hayman,
gosh.
Gallybagger, Tattybogle, Mommet, Mawkin, Boabak.
Oh, see, it is a real word. It just means something different.
Doodle sack is an old English word for bagpipe.
Okay.
You'll,
Well, we learned something new on Hello Huntsville.
you're a bunch of doodle sacks out there. All right, from base to point, we got a few more here, and then we'll wrap it up. From base to point, what is the order of colors? Ooh, this is a good one. On a piece of candy corn.
this one
It
before.
starts with white at the tip.
Candy corn's so
White, then
nasty.
Orange, yellow.
Yellow.
White, orange, yellow. Oh. Wait.
White, yellow,
Oh, from
orange.
base to point.
Oh,
That
that's
was
my bad. Okay, so the other way.
So what is it
Yellow,
then?
orange, white.
There you go.
Okay.
Yellow, orange, right. The progression of standard. Oh, that stuff is so nasty.
I like it.
I like it.
I knew I'd be the
in a
lone
weird
man
way.
I like it too. It's kind of
Yeah.
waxy, but
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of it, but a couple of pieces. I like it.
I don't know, man. I just think it's something like dentist. When I eat it, I think it's like something dentists would use to fix your teeth. It's just like, or you put it together and put a wick in it and burn it.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is very waxy.
Which of the following Halloween films was not directed by Tim Burton? Beetlejuice, Frankenweenie, The Nightmare Before Christmas, or Corpse Bride? I know Nightmare Before Christmas was.
It's
Beetlejuice seems like
gotta
something
be
he would have done.
Beetlejuice.
Doesn't that style though kind of fit?
It does, but I'm fairly
I've
certain
never
he
heard
did
of
all the other ones.
Frankenweenie.
If
Have you
it's
ever
not,
heard of that?
yeah.
I haven't seen that show.
If it's not Beetlejuice,
What Frankenweenie?
I haven't seen that one.
Next time I see a guy, Frank, I'm gonna start calling Frank. Leave us. What up, Frankenweenie? What you doing? What are you going? Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice seems like
Yeah.
a Nightmare Before Christmas.
no, I think that is him.
I'm gonna say Frankenweenie.
I think Frankenweenie. Let's go with
Although that
Frankenweenie.
sounds like
We're
something.
going with Frankenweenie.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Not Beetlejuice. It's in his Corpse Bride.
I know he did Corpse Bride.
What?
So Nightmare Before Christmas.
I thought it was directed by Tim
See who
Burton.
it was directed by.
Oh, that's a trick question. It was produced and conceived by Tim Burton.
Oh, but not directed.
But it was not directed.
Well.
What might you bob for on Halloween?
Apples.
That's
Apples.
easy. Snickers, apples, pumpkins, sweet potatoes, apples.
I mean, some people will bob for anything. So,
Indeed.
If you want to keep spirits out of your home on Halloween, what should you sprinkle on your doorstep? Garlic,
salt.
holy water,
I thought it
salt,
was
or
sage.
sage?
Salt.
Salt? I thought sage is what.
Denise,
What do you
You
do?
sage a room to get rid of the spirits, but
okay.
use salt to keep evil spirits out of your house.
like serious
Okay.
Denise is about this. Like she's.
I know this. And if it says it's wrong,
It's wrong.
It's right. According to tradition, salt can be laid around the boundaries of a room. Man, you put salt.
I
in
would
my-
have gotten that wrong. I would have said sage.
I know that. That's some brujeria stuff right there.
You know what, man? Salt's what you. I'm not a big believer in any of this hoopla, man. You put salt on my porch, I'm gonna blow it off with the blower motor. Don't be salting up my porch, man.
Look, try it. Somebody's like, no, you know what? Come outside. You know that person's not the one for you.
Yeah, I ain't better get no salt up on my driveway. What classic horror? Final question: what classic horror film is based on a true story?
Amityville.
Amityville Horror, Poltergeist, Halloween, or the Blair Witch Project?
Amityville.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Denise is like is she real serious like this on?
When
trivia
we
night?
play, yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
I
It
don't-
starts out as fun,
Some
and
of
then
our
I'm like,
players
I
are real
need to take
serious, too.
this.
Hold on, let me see your knuckles, Denise. Is there any scabs on them? No. I was about to say,
No,
'cause
I know.
she may be like that backhanded trivia. If
My
you-
dad taught me how to hit right. There's no scams.
Amityville Horror based on the alleged experience of the Lutz family who bought a new home on Ocean Avenue in Amityville, New York, because something terrible happened there a year before. There you go. It's a little trivia for you to start your October. We'll have to have more if it goes on. What is this here? Clay, does he have freeze-dried candy corn? Oh, no. I may, you know what, Clay, if you've got that,
I don't know how I'd feel about that.
If you've got some, bring it to the credit union. We'll
We'll try it.
There's an October Halloween giveaway, by the way, from 0 Degree. He says the first person to spot my truck with my Halloween decoration gets a free bag of candy.
Oh,
So how about
okay.
that? So
Where
we'll
you at?
see that. Yeah, where you at?
Where
Where
are
you at, Clay? Bridget was saying, oh yeah, because Bridget got me. I shouldn't start admitting things. Hocus Pocus. I kind of like that movie because of Bridget.
I have never seen Hocus Pocus.
Oh my
ever.
goodness.
I haven't seen the second one.
Yeah, they're good. Bridget got me hooked on those. You guys excited about the Golden Bachelor? What is it? You know what I'm talking
I
about?
do watch The Bachelor,
No.
yes, but I haven't.
I'm not a
watched this one.
bachelorette person. I thought it was a parody. I was talking to somebody else about this the other day. I thought it was a parody when I first saw the commercials for it.
But it's for real.
It's for real.
No, like I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this. I'm actually a little bit excited about that one. I can't
When
wait.
does it start? Tonight?
Bridget, when does it start, sweetheart? When's the popcorn ready, baby? Because
No, y'all are coming to trivia tonight, so you're going to have to record it.
it's it premiered on September the 28th. So good, I missed the
was gonna
first
say, I
one.
thought I already saw it on TV the other day.
Yeah. So you know what was funny when I was in Fargo? This was terrible. When I was in Fargo, I shouldn't even know any of this stuff. Because I watch it with Bridget. It's her fault.
Sure.
The last Bachelor, there was this lady from Fargo that was on there. She was kicked off before the show even really got underway. Like before that 1st night, she was just like, they were like, you're gone. And I felt so terrible for her. It's like, I live here,
What'd
man.
she do?
She's just awkward.
Well, there's a bunch of awkward ones on The Bachelor.
Yeah, it was weird. Like
I'm sure there will be this season.
it wasn't even the first night, and the dude was already like, it's not going to work between us. See ya. So like, literally walks in and walks out, and
man.
she's gone.
Bye, Felicia.
I mean, if you're gonna be weird, be really good at it.
Yeah, please. Let's head over to our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian cuisine text line. We do need to fix the spelling on that still, as we do have a winner of some Huntsville Hornet tickets that we are giving away this week. Let's head over to that line now. Denise, you gonna take this phone call? Is this you?
No.
She gets all serious.
Hello. I'm just kidding.
Morning, Rob.
Hey there, morning, good old buddy. How you doing? It's old Ding Dongy in here from Ding Dong, Texas. How you doing?
Yeah, you can't mess with me.
We're trying to figure out some things here in Ding Dong, Texas. So we're calling somebody from Huntsville. should we start producing ding dongs here in Ding Dong, Texas? You think we could make some money?
Only if they're freeze dried.
No.
Oh. A freeze-dried ding-dong. Huh, interesting. Interesting.
Matthew Johnson, what's going on, man? Congratulations. You guys are the winners of some Huntsville Hornet tickets today.
Awesome.
So get to open up the new stadium. You may have to find a babysitter because I believe it's only 2, though. Is that okay? We have packages of 2 that we're giving away. So you guys may have to get a babysitter if you can make it on Friday, all right?
Yeah, we can figure that out. It's for this Friday?
This Friday, homecoming, yes, sir. Yep, and it's the brand new stadium. So you get to be the first of the first at the new Hornet ISD Stadium. How about that, man?
That's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, Matthew, hey, real quick, do you want to plug your business or where you work, just to give a little plug there? You're always supporting the show, man. Can we plug you? Is that okay?
Yeah. I work with Lone Star Interiors. We do flooring, countertops, showers, basically anything that involves a remodel with a house we can do.
There it is. Anything that involves a remodel with the house, they can do. It's Matthew Johnson and your beautiful family, man. Hey, buddy, we appreciate you very much. Congratulations. And I will text you and email you those tickets because they're digital. We just make it easy this morning. How about that?
Fancy.
Very cool.
Oh, before you go, can you say, "Oh, you fancy, huh"? Can you say that real quick?
Oh, you fancy, huh?
That was awesome.
He really wanted to get it right.
All right, Matthew. Have a great day, man. God bless you, buddy.
All right, you too, man. Bye.
Boy.
I appreciate the restart. He's like, oh no,
Yes.
that wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
He did that good.
All right, friends, we
man.
got to get to work. So thanks, everybody, for joining us this morning.
Everybody come see us out at the Fair on the Square. We will be there. We are always there providing change for the vendors. And then this year we are also sponsoring the Wine Knot. So I'm excited about it this
Little
year.
WCFCU out there,
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be running around. Y'all come say hi.
All right. Go ahead, Karen.
No, I was just going to say, if you haven't registered to vote, please do that.
Yes.
Get on that voting train.
Early voting will start October the 23rd, I believe. So if you're not registered, please register to vote.
Huntsville is still one of those communities where they know if you haven't registered. And Irma Dowden, by city proclamation, is like a principal. She walks around with a paddle. And if she sees you down on the... And she knows. She has like this just God-given talent to just look at your eyes and know who you are. Even if she's never met you, that paddle will come and popping. So
Yeah, so unless you don't want to Irma spanking, please go register to vote.
We always think of
Irma
T-shirt
spanking.
ideas on this show
Yeah.
that we've never had sold any. I want a caricature, picture of Irma holding a paddle,
Yeah.
saying you
That'd
better
be good.
register to vote.
I was going to say City of Huntsville on the paddles. Little.
It says, or you get an Irma spanking.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Hey, we got a great rest of the week lined up. We want to make sure that you're going to join us tomorrow as Jason Thompson of Guardian Defense will be with us bright and early, 7 a.m. And then Wednesday, I've talked about on the show, a good friend of mine, Jerry Schimmel, will be joining us, providing a lot of inspiration. He was a survivor of United 282 back in 1989. And you can hear some of his new programming. Well, it's old program. He's had it for a long time. He comes up with new episodes every week, but we are featuring his show, Amazing Americans, on Spirit Radio now. We'll talk more about that programming schedule and when you can listen to that as well. And then on Thursday, in spirit of the Astros, a former TV play-by-play voice of the Astros, Bill Brown, will be joining us on the show remotely. And so we're excited to have Bill. He's going to give us a little history of his time with the Astros. And
How about those Astros?
Yeah.
Woohoo.
So I should have had him on
Awesome.
Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that, Karen. So we got a great show lining up, and maybe you're a nonprofit here in the community that wants to get your message across. We'd love to have you as well. We always have availability. Sometimes we are booked up. Sometimes we've got days like this week. We do have 1 or 2 slots still open. All you got to do is just email us at hello@hellohuntsvilletx.com. Karen, been a fun one today. Thank you.
Yes, it has been.
Yeah, Denise.
Yeah,
good to
happy
see-
Monday.
Happy Monday to everybody. You know why it was fun? Because I got here a little bit earlier and I turned on the AC.
Yeah, but it's off right now, and it is getting a little bit warm in here. So.
Yeah, only if Denise can say, it's getting hot in here. Can you sing that? Just kidding. It's not the
I was
singing.
about to keep going for the restaurant, and I was like, no.
All right, friends. Well, thanks for joining us today. Everyone have a blessed day, and thanks to everybody for chiming in. Remember, get out there today, as I end every broadcast, reminding you that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We truly need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Good morning, Huntsville. God bless. We'll see you next time.